Hello, good evening, all.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening,
All right,
sir.
thank you. Thank you. Sorry for keeping you holding. Now we move straight to the business of the day. Of course, the topic is bond valuation. How to calculate price of a bond. A quick recap of our last classes on this topic. We have explained that a bond is a debt instrument. What's the problem, Erabo?
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
It's
evening.
just for clarification, because I can see someone saying this is SFM class. I mean, because we are having a huge number here. I've never seen 57 class in FM class before.
I'm also surprised. They have joined the wrong class. They will exit the class. I can see the chance. So thank you. They have joined the wrong class. This class is for SFM. The link is even different. All right. Thank
Sir,
you.
you made this class.
This
No,
class
sir,
is for
sir.
SFM, not FM.
Ellen, please leave my class. Oh. Go
But
to your FM class.
sent to our this thing now, FM.
It was sent to FM class. So.
Sorry, I
It was sent to FM class.
FM group chat.
Is this FM or SFM? I think
I don't
It's
understand.
It's
Can we
SFM.
mute?
It's SFM.
Can we mute? This class is strategic financial management, professional level. So please excuse the class if you are not at professional level.
Oh my God.
That's
They send the wrong link to us then.
Where is our link now? We are supposed to have by this class.
It was sent to our this thing now.
Please, it's very clear. If you are not supposed to be in this class, just exit the class. Now go to your platform and raise your concern. Thank you. All right. Because the business is just 2.5 hours. So we are not going to start debating. Where's my own link here? Now back to our discussion. We are looking at how to value bond. We have explained that bond is a debt instrument, a financial instrument that company issues with an intention to borrow money and with a promise to pay back at the agreed date. This bond is issued at a price. And we need to determine how can we calculate price of a bond. We now explain that in calculating price of a bond, the first thing to do is, what is the type of bond I'm required to calculate the price? In calculating price of a bond, what is the type of bond I'm required to value? You may be required to value corporate bond or government bond. This government bond or this corporate bond may be redeemable bond, a bond with a particular or a specific maturity period. You may be required to value convertible bond, a bond that can be converted to equity. or you may be required to value an irredeemable bond, a bond without a specific maturity period. Now, if you are to value bond, you can either use spot yield curve, or you can use forward yield. If you have to value bond, you can either use a spot rate, or you can use a forward rate. We have solved two questions.
Oh, it is.
We have solved two questions. The two questions we solved, we used spot rates. We are giving government spot rates, and this rate was adjusted by the credit spread of a corporate company. We now obtain corporate company spot rates, and this spot rate was used to calculate value of the bond. You can also use forward rates to value bond. Now the question now is, how do we differentiate between forward rates and spot rates? What is spot rates? What is forward rates? Your spot rates. Spot rates denoted by capital letter R, subscript 01. Spot rates in year one. RO represents spot rates. 1 represents year one. The spot rates in year one. Spot rate is defined as the interest rate received or paid on a pure discount bond. Spot rate is defined as the interest rate received or paid on a pure discount security at maturity. Usually, spot rates are calculated from zero coupon bond. The spot rate of a zero coupon bond is the yield to maturity of the bond. The spot rate of a zero coupon bond is the yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond. The yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond is that rate of interest. The yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond is the rate of interest that makes the value of the bond to grow, to become face value at maturity. That rate that we make price of a bond, the price of a bond today, to grow and become face value at maturity. That is the spot rate. Let us simplify this. Let us explain from the layman angle. Your spot interest rate is the interest rate paid if you are taking a loan today. your spot interest rate. Just 1 minute. Spot interest rate is the interest rate paid or received on a loan or deposit made today, immediately. Assuming you approach a bank today to borrow money today, the interest rate you are giving today for the money you are borrowing today is called spot interest rate. The interest rate you pay today for the money you are borrowing today is what we call spot rates. Spot rates can also be generated from coupon paying bond. You can calculate spot rates on zero coupon bond, a bond that will not pay coupon. The spot rates of a zero coupon bond is the yield to maturity of the bond. The yield to maturity of a zero coupon bond. That is the interest rate that will make the price of a bond grow and become the face value at maturity. We can also calculate spot rates on coupon paying bond through a process called bootstrapping. You can calculate spot rates from coupon paying bond by a process called bootstrapping. We shall demonstrate that today. Now we have explained spot rates. Forward rates. Forward rates. A forward interest rate. A forward interest rate is the interest rate fixed today. A forward interest rate is the interest rate fixed today on a loan or a deposit to be made at some future date. A forward interest rate is the interest rate fixed today on a loan or a deposit to be made at some future date. Forward rate is denoted by F subscript N, comma N. Is the rate of interest on a loan or deposit to begin at the end of year end and maturing at the end of year M. Forward rate to begin at the end of year end. Year end is the beginning year. One year M is the maturing year. Let's explain briefly. Assuming our company, we have to borrow money in 1 year's time. We have to borrow money in 1 year's time. for a period of 4 years, our company will to borrow money in a year's time, and the borrowing will be for 4 years. To obtain an interest rate for the money we want to borrow in a year's time. We are not borrowing today. We only obtain the interest rates for the money we are planning to borrow in 1 year's time. That interest rate obtained today for the money you are planning to borrow in 1 year's time is called forward interest rate. That interest will commence at the end of year 1. And we are going to borrow for 4 years. 4 years after year 1, we take us to 5 years. That means forward rates commencing in year 1, maturing at the end of year 5. Forward rates commencing at the end of year 1, maturing at the end of year 5. The 4 years to value bond, the forward rates. At times, you might need to estimate the rate yourself. At times, examiner will give you the forward rates. Some occasion, examiner will ask you to estimate the forward rate yourself. If you are to calculate forward rates, look at the formula here. Fn, comma, M is equal to a bigger bracket. 1 plus ROM raised to power M divided by 1 plus RON raised to power N. Close your brackets. Everything raised to 1 over M minus N. Your final answer minus 1. Your ROM, spot rate for year M. Your RON, spot rate for year N. Your year N, the commencement of the forward rates. Your year M, maturity of the year. If you look at this formula, you cannot calculate forward rates without having the spot rates. If you look at this formula very well, you cannot calculate your forward rates if you don't know the spot rates. Then how can we calculate, if you are not giving spot rates, how can we calculate the spot rates? You can use the process. Look at it. Spot rates can be generated from coupon paying bond through a process called bootstrapping. Bootstrap or bootstrapping. All right. We are done with the explanation. Any question? Clarification? All right. Yes. Angela Olua. Tell me what I need to know.
Good evening, sir. So I want to clarify the formula you gave us. The do not formula. I didn't really get it.
I'm not sure I can hear you. Can anybody hear her? But me, I cannot hear you.
Okay, sir. Can you hear me now?
Okay. Whoever can hear her, please help us speak up.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Okay, sir. So I asked about the formula for generating the forward rate in case if not given. I want to clarify the how to denote all these things given, like what the R stands for and the M and all that. I didn't really get it when you were saying it.
That will be answered with question now.
No, just
There's no way you
what
can denote anything until we put question to it.
Okay, I thought you were saying it earlier.
Look at question number 1. Yes, you can check your material. That will be question number 6 in your material. Page 133. Go to page 133, question number 6. Page 133, question 6 in your material. Your study pack. All right, let's go to this question together. The following information is on 3 default free bond. Now my question is, what is default free bond? Default free, a bond that will not default. Default free bond is risk-free bond, government bond. The following information is on 3 default free bond. Bond A, price 105, coupon 10%. Redemption value 100 naira. Maturity 1 year. Bond B, coupon 96. Sorry, price 96. Coupon 4%. Redemption 100 naira. Maturity 2 years. Bond C, coupon 98. Sorry, price 98. Coupon 6%. Redemption value 100. Maturity 3 years. Requirements A. Estimate the 2-year forward rate at the end of year 1 and the 1-year forward rate at the end of year 2. Now requirements A. I'm to estimate 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1 and 1-year forward rate at the end of year 2. So Angela, you can demonstrate that now. We can demonstrate what the examiner is asking us now. Please get your calculator ready. Okay, let me pick my pen. Now, remember the formula. Formula is Fn M is equal to 1 plus ROM raised to power M divided by 1 plus RON raised to power N, close my brackets, 1 minus N. Question 6. Now, examiner says 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1. Year 1, end of year 1 is the commencement period. Now, please count 2 years after year 1. That will take us how many years? You want to have 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. Now, after year 1, please count 2 years. That will take us to how many years?
Three years.
3 years.
Yes, 3.
Now look at it. It becomes, the formula becomes F. N is the commencement year, year 1. M is the maturity year, year 3. 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. That means at the end of year 1, I'm going to get 2 years in addition. That will take me to 3 years. This is your N. This is your M. Now go back to the formula. 1 plus RO. M is now 3. Put 3 here. Close your bracket. Raised to power M. M is now 3. Divided by 1 plus RO. N is now 1. Raised to power N. Raised to power 1. Close the brackets. 1 over M is 3 minus 1. Your RO1 sports rates for year 1. RO3 sports rates for year 3. That means for me to calculate forward rate here, I require spot rate for year 1 and spot rate for year 3. Now look at the second one. And the 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. At the end of year 2, calculate 1 year forward rate. After year 2, add 1 year to it. That will take me to year 3. The formula becomes 1 year after year 2. That will take us to year 3. The formula becomes F2 to 3. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Year 2 is the commencement year. Year 3 is the maturity year. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. Now the formula becomes your bigger bracket. This is your N. This is your M. 1 plus RO. My M is 3. Raised to power 3. Divided by 1 plus RO. My N is 2. Raised to power 2. Close my brackets. 1 over M is 3. N is 2. That means I require spot rate for year 2. RO2. Spot rate for year 2. For me to be able to answer this requirement, I must calculate spot rates. We now come to working 1. Working 1. Please let me leave space here. Let me leave this space. For the calculation later, I'll start my working here. Working 1. Calculation of spot rates from default free bond Look at it. We are giving default 3 bond. Bond A, bond B, bond C. I'm giving the price of bond A to be 105. Bond A will mature in 1 year. What is that rate that we make 105 to grow and becomes maturity value in 1 year? Bond A price 105, coupon 10%, maturity 1 year. We are going to calculate spot rate for a year now. The process of calculating is called bootstrapping. I'll return here now. Look at the process. So Angela, please look at it. You pick your bond A. Maturity of bond A, 1 year. The coupon on bond A, the coupon rate, 10%. Price of bond A, 105. Redemption for bond A, 100 naira. Now, let us get the cash flow from bond A. Expected cash flow from bond A. This thing cannot be enough. I have to expand. Please hold on. We have to expand this seriously. No margin care. That will affect us. We have to expand this seriously. We have to expand this very well. Otherwise, we are just joking here. Hold on. If I don't expand, I'm only deceiving myself. It won't work like that at all. I got to expand it very well. One more, please. No. It won't work like that. Okay. Let me see, take one more shot. All right. All right. Yeah. Expected cash flow from bond A. You have interest in year one. 10% of the nominal value. Face value is 100 naira. That will give me 10 naira in year one. The bond is for 1 year maturity. We are going to get interest in year one. Also, the bond will be redeemed in year one. Redemption value at maturity. That will give us 100 naira year one. Bond A is for 1 year maturity. Now, that means in year one, I have 110.
now?
Please, are you talking to the class? That means for this question in year one, I have 110. Now, what are we looking for now? The price is 105. As of today, the price is 105. In 1 year's time, the value will be 110. What is that rate of interest that will make 105 to grow and becomes 110 in 1 year? To get that, remember price of a bond. We said price of a bond is equal to cash flow in year one, 1 plus R in year one, raised to power 1. This bond is for 1 year. Examiner said the price is 105 is equal to cash flow in year one, 10 naira plus 100 naira, 110, divided by 1 plus R in year one raised to power 1. What is R in year one? With this equation, I can derive letter R. I will cross multiply. 105 multiplied by this. I have 105 cross multiply. 1 plus R raised to power 1 is equal to 110. What do we do now? The mathematician in house. Divide both sides by, divide here by 105. Divide here by 105. This stretch out this. I'm left with 1 plus R raised to power 1. Under law of indices, under the law of indices, any number raised to power 1 is equal to that number. So you can disregard 1. 110 divided by 105.
1.048.
1.05.
You have 1.048. 0476. What is R? Make R subject of the formula now. R is equal to 1.0476 minus 1. R is equal to 0.0476. You can take it to percentage. Multiply it by 100. R in year 1 is equal to 4.76%. Multiply this by 100. That is spot rate for year 1. Spot rates in brackets RO1 is equal to 4.76%. You have derived spot rates on default free bond using a process called bootstrapping. It doesn't matter if you don't know the terms, but you must know how to calculate it. You know the price today, and you know the value in 1 year. What is that interest rate that will make the price of a bond to grow and becomes value in 1 year? You have resolved spot rate for year 1. And you are going to use a bond with 1 year maturity. To get spot rate for year 2, you are going to require a bond with 2 years of maturity. Go to bond B. So Angela, look at it again. Look at bond B. The price is 96 naira. You are going to move. Oh, what's the problem? Yeah, look at it. Price of bond B, 96 naira. Coupon is 4%. Redemption is 100. Maturity is 2 years. Now return here. Bond B. Maturity 2 years. Coupon rate 4%. Price 96 naira. Redemption. Please, can you mute your speaker? Done. 100. Now get the expected cash flow from bond B. Expected cash flow. Annual interest. Interest is calculated on the nominal value. 4%. 4 naira. Year 1. Annual in just 1 minute. Annual interest again. 4% of 100 naira. 4 naira year 2. This bond is for 2 years. At the end of year 2, the bond will be redeemed. Redemption value. ₦100. Year 2. I know the price today. Price is equal to cash flow in year 1, 1 plus R in year 1, raised to power 1, plus cash flow in year 2, 1 plus R in year 2, raised to power 2. Bond B is for 2 years. I know the price today. ₦96. In 1 year, cash flow will be 4 naira plus R. In 1 year, spot rate is 4.7, 4.76, 0.0476. You have calculated spot rate for year 1. Spot rate is independent of bond. Whether bond A or bond B or bond C, spot rate for year 1 is 4.76%. Plus cash flow for year 2. Annual interest plus redemption value. 4 naira plus 100 naira. 104. 1 plus R in year 2. I don't know the R in year 2. I don't know the spot rate in year 2. That is what I'm trying to calculate. You have an equation already. So it's now mathematics skills. 96. Paul, yes, let me hear you.
So why is the cash flow for year 1 4 instead of 110?
110. How is it 110 now? 110
I
is
thought
for bond A now.
Oh, okay.
Look at this. We are dealing with bond B. We are finished with bond A. Bond A is for 1 year maturity. And its own cash flow is different from bond B. If you look at bond A, coupon is 10%. Bond B, coupon is 4%. Each of the bond has its own peculiar characteristics. But the rate is independent of the bond. So we are dealing with bond B.
I understand now. Thank you.
But it's okay. It's okay that Because some might not ask question. 1 plus r raised to power 96. Please divide. 4 divided by 1.0476. 3.818. 104 divided by 1 plus r raised to power. What do we do? Mathematician in house. We can collect like terms. 96 minus 3.818 is equal to 104 divided by 1 plus r raised to power 2. 96 minus 3.818. I have
92.181.
92.182.
is equal to 104 divided by 1 plus r raised to power minus 2. Mathematician, what do we do now? We can cross multiply.
Cross multiply.
What next? We can divide both sides by
104.
92.182. 92.182. This cancel out this. We are left with 1 plus r raised to power 2. 104 divided by 92.
1.128.
Yeah, correct. 1.128. What next? We have square
Square
here.
root of both sides.
It come here, it becomes square root. 1 plus r is equal to square root 1.128. Find the square root.
1.062.
1 plus r is equal to 1.0662. What is r? 1.062 minus 1 is equal to 0.062. In percentage, multiply by 100. R here 2. 6.2%. That is spot rates. RO2. Spot rates for year 2 is equal. Now you are done with bond B. We now go to bond C. Bond C is for 3 years maturity. Bond C, maturity, 3 years. Coupon rates, 6%. Price of bond C, 98 naira. Redemption value. Now let's get the expected cash flow from bond C now. Let us get the expected cash flows for bond C. Interest in year one. Interest coupon rate 6% of face value, 100 naira. That is 6 naira in year one. Can you see it now? With bond C, where 6% of 100 naira. We are going to 3 years. Interest again. 6% of 100 naira. 6 naira year 3. The bond is for 3 years. At the end of year 3, you are going to have redemption value. Year 3. Look at this, please. Both cash flows will happen in year 3. And we set price of a bond calculated as cash flow in year 1, 1 plus R in year 1, raised to power 1, plus cash flow in year 2, 1 plus R in year 2, raised to power 2, plus cash flow in year 3, 1 plus R in year 3, raised to power 3. For bond C, the price is 98 naira. The cash flow in year 1 for bond C, 6 naira. The spot rate for year 1, whether bond A, bond C, or bond B, the spot rate is 4.76. Come here. 1 plus 0.0476 raised to power 1. For bond C, cash flow in year 2, 6 naira. Plus spot rate for year 2, whether bond A, or bond B, or bond C. Spot rate is 0.062 raised to power 2. For bond C, cash flow in year 3, 106 over 1 plus R in year 3. What is the spot rate in year 3? I don't know yet. I'm trying to derive it. 6 divided by 1.0476 raised to power 1 plus 6, 1.062 raised to power 2 plus 106, 1 plus R raised to power 98 is equal to 6 divided by 1.0476.
5.727.
6 divided by this, 5.320. plus 106. 1 plus r raised to power 3. What do I do next, please? Summation. 5.725 plus 5.320. 11 point what?
11.047.
Am I correct?
Yes.
11.047.
Plus 106.
Hello, sir. Good evening.
What next, mathematician? Collect light terms. Yes, please.
Okay, sir. I wanted to find out how come we have 6 as the numerator for all when we have CF1, CF2, and CF3. So I was thinking the cash flow for these various years will be different, but I'm seeing 6 over the various denominators. I need an explanation, please.
You are surprised to see 6 here. That is
Yes.
question.
Yes.
All right.
So I was thinking for year 1 will be 4 over 1.0476. So that was what we calculated
right.
earlier.
And you know that the same thing I answered the other person. You are done with bond B. You now go to bond C. Except you are saying that maybe you have a temporary network glitch for your end. Now we now move to bond C. Bond C is for 3 years maturity. Bond C has a coupon rate of 6%. Bond C has a price of 98. We now calculated cash flow for bond C. And we said interest in year 1, 6% of the face value, 6 naira in year 1. That becomes cash flow for year 1. For bond C, interest in year 2, 6% of the face value, 6 naira. That becomes cash flow in year 2. For bond C, then year 3, interest plus redemption. Bond C will mature in 3 years. And we try to say that each bond has its own peculiar characteristics. Your maturity year is peculiar to you. Your coupon rate is peculiar to you. Your price is peculiar to you. My maturity year is peculiar to me. My coupon rate is peculiar to me. My price is peculiar to me. But all of us, we have the same government. We have the same government rates. Is that better, please?
Yes.
All right. 106. 1 plus r raised to power 3. 98 minus 11.047.
86.953.
86.95. 106 over 1 plus r raised to power 3. What do we do, mathematician? We cross multiply. 86.953 multiplied by 1 plus r raised to power 3 is equal to 106. Divide both sides by 86.953. 86.953. Cancel out, cancel out. Please divide. 106 divided by 86.
1.219.
1.2190. Now we have raised to power 3 here. It comes become what? Cube root.
Cube root.
Root 3, 1.2190. Please check your calculator. 1 plus I is equal to what? 1.068.
1.068.
How about correct? Do you have
Yes,
3
sir.
there? Therefore, my R 1.0638 minus 1. 0.0683. In percentage, take it multiply by 100. 6.83%. That is spot rate for year 3. RO3 is derived at year 3. You have calculated spot rate for year 1, year 2, year 3. You can return to your first page. This process of calculation is called bootstrapping. You can return here now. Summary. RO1 4.76%. RO2 6.2%. RO3 6.83%. You can now return here. Look at it now. Two years forward rate at the end of year 1. Look at the formula. I require spot rate for year 1 and year 3. I can calculate here. F1 to 3 is equal to big bracket 1 plus RO3, that is 0.0683 raised to power 3 divided by 1 plus RO1 0.0476 raised to power 1. 1 over 2 minus 1. F1 to 3 is equal to 1.0683 raised to power 3 over 1.0476 raised to power 1. Everything raised to power half minus 1. Please apply your calculator and give me the final answer. Your final answer will be 0.0783. That is the forward rate. 2 years forward rate at the end of year 1. Apply your calculator and supply the and reconfirm this answer. Taking it to percentage, it becomes 7.83%. That is 2 years forward rate, commencing at the end of year 1.
Sir. Excuse me, sir. Sir.
Are we fine, please?
Sir.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know, I got 0.788.
I don't know what. Please, who is speaking to the class? Let's know.
Sir,
all right, so Tolu has reconfirmed. Fadipe, do you want to speak to us?
No, sir, I said I got 0.0788.
You don't know what?
I got 7.88%, not 83.
$7.88. Okay. Those seniors 7.88. All right, we were giving in class yesterday. We should have $1.0683 raised to power 3 raised to power of 3 divided by 1.047. Second function. Okay, yeah. Okay, I understand what happened. 0.786 because we added 3. That's fine. It's okay. Okay, if you don't put 3, okay, I understand what happened. You are correct. All right.
Yes, I have a question.
Why not?
So the question, where did 1/2? Okay, I've seen it, don't worry.
It's here. 3 minus 2. We have resolved 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1. We now come here, look at it. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. We have defined the formula before. Now return here with the formula. Oh, no, we should use here now. I'll use here. 1 year forward rate at the end of year 2. The formula is 1 plus RO3 raised to 3 over 1 plus RO2 raised to 2, 1 over 3 minus 2 minus 1. That becomes F23 1 plus 0.0683 raised to power 3 raised to power 3. Over 1 plus 0.062 raised to power 2 3 minus 2. Your final arrow 683 raised to power 3 divided by 1.062 raised to power 2 minus 1, 0.081. I have 0.081. That means my answer 8.1%. One year forward rate at the end of year 2. Year 2 is the commencement. 1 year after year 2. One year after year 2. We take us to year 3. You have resolved requirement A. We have estimated forward rates. 2 years forward rates at the end of year 1 and 1 year forward rates at the end of year 2. We have resolved this requirement. Please, you have 2 lessons to take for a year. From this requirements A only, There are two major lessons. Yeah, good night. There are two major lessons you need to take. One is, how can you estimate spot rates? How can you calculate spot rates if you are not giving spot? Lesson 2 is, how can we calculate forward rates? You can calculate your spot rates from coupon paying bond using a process called bootstrapping. When you get your forward rates, you can now use it to calculate your forward rate. Your forward rates. Now requirement B. I can see the comment, 5 mark is too small. Without doing that number 1, you can solve number 2, you can solve number 3. Requirement B says, examiner knew that requirement B will not take more than like 3, 4, 5 minutes. You are considering buying a 3-year 9% annual coupon paying bond. Look at that requirement. You are considering buying a 3 years annual coupon paying bond. 9% annual coupon paying bond with a face value of 1,000 naira. The bond is a default-free bond. Please note here. This bond is a default-free. I want to buy a default-free bond. The annual coupon is 9%. Face value is 1,000. What is the price of this bond? That is, calculate the price of the bond. How much should I pay for it? The bond is for 3 years maturity. That means I want to calculate price of a redeemable bond. The bond is for 3 years maturity. That means you are required to calculate price of a redeemable bond. The price of a redeemable bond is calculated as present value of the expected future cash flows. Discounted by the bond yield. The present value of the expected future cash flows discounted by the bond yield. Let's go to this quickly. Oh, all right. We can paste this here. So I need to get the future interest. Look at it. future interest payments. Interest payments. Year 1, 9% of face value, 1,000, 90 naira. Year 2, 9% of 1,000, 90 naira. Year 3, 9% of 1,000, 90 naira. Redemption value at maturity. Redemption value in year 3, that is 1,000 naira. If you look at the question is silent on the redemption value. This is year 1, year 2, year 3, year 3. You can add these two together. And we said price of a bond, cash price of this particular bond, cash flow in year 1, 1 plus R in year 1, raised to power 1, plus cash flow in year 2, 1 plus R in year 2, raised to power 2, plus cash flow in year 3, 1 plus R in year 3, raised to power R. R in year 3 raised to power 3. I don't know the price of this bond, but I know cash flow in year 1. P is equal to 90 for this particular bond now. 1 plus R. Now this bond is a default-free bond, and I've calculated spot rates on default-free bond. Rate for year 1, 4.76%, 0.0476. Raised to power 1 plus cash flow in year 2, 90. Spot rate for year 2. That spot rate is for default free bond. 1 plus 0.062 raised to power 2 plus 0.1090 annual interest plus redemption. Spot rate for year 3, 0.0863. Please note, why we are able to use this spot rate is because the question says the bond is a default free bond. Therefore, you are going to use default free rates. The government bond. Government bond with risk-free rates. So if I'm to value this bond, I'm going to use government risk-free rates. Price of this bond, 90 over 1.0476 plus 90 over 1.062 raised to power 2 plus 1090 over 1.0683 raised to power 3. Now, please calculate this out. Just give me final answer. 1060 or 61 or 1059. Please reconfirm your answer. $90 divided by 1.0476 plus 90 divided by 1.062 raised to power 2 plus 1090 divided by 1.0683 raised to power
1060.
Correct, sir. Approximately
Correct.
1,060.
approximately 1060.
Yes, sir.
You have gotten the price of the bond. What is the yield to maturity of the bond? You can see now. This didn't take you 5 minutes. What is the yield to maturity? Yield to maturity of the bond. The yield to maturity of a bond is the internal rate of return of the cash flow from the bond. You have here 0. You can do annuity, or you can do it individually, anyone you like. Year 1, year 2, year 3, anyone. Our item. Year 0 is the price of the bond. Price. Cash flow 1060. If I'm buying the bond now, I'm going to pay 1,060 naira. So your price will be in brackets. An outflow. Interest in year 1, 90 naira. Interest in year 2, 90. In year 3, I'm going to get the interest and redemption. Interest plus redemption, 1090. Now get the internal rate of return of this cash flow. Our discount factor. You are going to assume you can start with 5. 5% discount factor year 0. That is 1. 5% year 1, discount factor 0.952. 5% year 2, 0. What, please? I'm not sure. What I think is
0.907.
907. Year 3,
86.
0.684. Now get present value as 5%. 1 multiplied by the corresponding cash flow. 1060. 90 multiplied by 0.952.
85.68.
0.60. $81.63.
63. 41.76.
0.76. Please get your MPV, positive or negative.
Positive 49.07.
Thank you, sir. $49. $0.06. Our MPV is positive. At a discount rate of 5%, our MPV is positive. If I'm to achieve negative, then I need to increase the discount rate. Let us check 10% discount rate. For year 0 is 1. Year 1, 0.909. Year 2, 0.826. Year 3, 0.751. Now present value at 10%. 1060. 90.
81.81.
By 81.81.
74.34.
74.34.
818.59.
818.59. Now your MPV at 10%.
Minus 85.26.
Negative 85.26. Now calculate your internal rate of return. The internal rate of return is equal to, I will start with the lower rates, plus positive MPV over positive MPV plus 85.26 multiplied by 10 minus 5. Your final answer, 6.83. The yield to maturity, 6.83%. Please reconfirm.
Correct.
Correct, sir.
Yeah. We have calculated the yield to maturity as well as the price of the bond.
Hello, sir. Good evening. Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Please, are you talking to us?
Yes, please. So I just wanted to confirm, the yield to maturity, is there a correlation between the yield to maturity and bond C? Because I can see that their rate is the same, or this is just pure coincidence.
Oh, no, it was just coincidence.
Okay, thank you.
It was just coincidence. The fact that we have gotten 6.83%, it was mere coincidence with spot rate for year 3. So please, in the exam, calculate your information. So part of the question says, we should explain why investor. Look at it, please. The examiner says, calculate the price of the bond. You have done that. The price is 1,060 naira. Calculate the yield to maturity. We have done that. That is 6.83. Now, examiner now says, clearly explain why you may not realize the calculated yield. You are the investor. You have calculated 6.38%. Now, examiner says, explain to us why you might or why you may not realize the calculated yield to maturity. There are 3 reasons. There are 3 reasons why investor might not realize the yield to maturity of the bond. There are 3 reasons why investor may not realize the calculated yield to maturity. Number one reason, timely receipt of associated cash flow. If the coupon and the redemption value are not received as at when due, then the realized yield will be less than 6.83%. Failure to receive your coupon interest on a timely basis as at when due, then you may not realize your calculated YTM. Number 2 reason, reinvestment risk. If the coupon interest received at the end of year 1 and at the end of year 2 are reinvested at a rate lower than the YTM, at a rate below 6.83, then the realized yield will be less than 6.83. Failure to reinvest at the rate of the yield to maturity will affect the realized yield. Number 3 reason. Price risk. If the bond is not hedged to maturity, if the bond is not hedged to maturity, year 3 in this case, the investor may realize capital gain or loss. When the bond is sold prior to maturity, we said yield to maturity. It means that the bond must be maintained until maturity. If the bond is sold prior to maturity, investor may not realize the calculated yield to maturity. Next requirements. We look at the next requirements. That is requirement B2. Let me copy the question and the answer simultaneously. Requirement B2. Oh. Yeah, look at it. Examiner says 1 year after purchasing the bond at the price you have calculated, and if there are no changes in market interest rates, do you expect the price of the bond to increase, fall, or remain constant? Explain. Examiner says 1 year after you have purchased the bond at a price you have calculated. That means you purchase at a price of 1,060 naira. And there are no changes in market interest rates. Interest rates remain unchanged. Do you expect the price of the bond to rise or fall or remain the same? To answer this question correctly, you purchase the bond at a premium. You are paying 1,060 naira. Let me refer you to something. Now look at it here. No, not here. This one is too much. Now look at it here. The bond is purchased at 1,000 naira. The 60 naira. That today the bond is purchased for 1,069 years time. The bond value will be 1. So the question is, assuming there is no change in interest rates, we expect the price of the bond to fall or increase or remain unchanged. For 1,060 naira today to be 1,000 naira in 3 years, that price should fall. Look at the response, please. The bond is a premium bond. Generally, bond falls. As the bond approach maturity, a premium bond, as the bond approach maturity, its price will fall. Holding interest rate constant. The reason for this is that at maturity, market value and face value must be the same. So we are going to expect the price of the bond to fall.
Good evening, sir. Sorry. You said market price award is expected to be the same.
I didn't get your points.
You just said now that the market price and another thing is meant to be the same. So I don't know what else to.
I didn't get your comments. So.
The market value and the face value must be the same. That is what is there now, okay?
The market value and the face value must be the same at maturity. And face value must. When we calculated, we said the bond will be redeemed at what? At 1,000 naira. At maturity. The price of the bond becomes face value. So if I'm buying at 1,060 naira today, I'm aware that at maturity, the value will be 1,000 naira. So the question is, will that price fall or increase after 1 year? For 1,000 naira, for 1,060 naira today, to be 1,000 naira in 3 years, that price must continue to fall. And that was the comment here. That bond is a premium bond. What is premium bond? a bond with market price, a bond with market price higher than the face value. As of today, the market price is 1,060 naira. In 3 years' time, the redemption value will be 1,000 naira. Which implies that in 3 years' time, market value of the bond is 1,000. It's just one mark. So the logic is so that you don't burn energy on one mark, and I will leave 7 marks down. The logic is if the price is 1,060 naira today, that bond is a premium bond. Generally, as premium bond approach maturity, the price will continue to fall. Because at maturity, the price will be on 1,000 naira. So your response is that price is expected to fall. As the bond approach maturity, so what I now want you to answer is, will the price of the bond increase or decrease? The price will decrease because premium bond, the price of a premium bond will fall as the bond approach its maturity period. That is the 2 marks. The last requirement, estimate and interpret modified duration. I have just like 10 minutes. Estimate and interpret modified duration. How can we estimate modified duration? Let me place this here. Your modified duration is calculated as modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus YTL. That means we need to calculate duration here again. Our duration, you have your year 1, year 2, year 3. Pick your cash flow, ignoring year 0. Cash flow in year 1. For this bond, 90. Year 2, 90. Year 3, 1,090. To calculate duration, you have 3 steps. Step 1 is calculate the YTL. We have calculated the YTL. We got 6.83. Step 2, discount the cash flow from the bond using the YTL. Our discount rate now, YTL, 6.83%. That is the discount rate. Calculate discount factor, 0. System is hanging. 0.963. At 6.83. Year 2, 0.876. Year 3, 0.820. Get your present value. 90 multiplied by 0.863. 84.242. Present value multiplied by n. 1 multiplied by 84.24. 84.24. This will give me 78.84. 2 multiplied by 78.84. 157.68. Year 3, 0.820 multiplied by 1090.
893.86.
3.8 multiplied by 3.
2681.4.
0.4. Now your summation. Summation of present value. Summation of present value multiplied by n.
Two 2923.32. Present value multiplied by n.
2923.32. Summation of present value. What do we have? 10.
1056.88.
57.04.
56.88.
No. 107.04.
Which one are we taking, please?
56.88.
56.88.
Now your duration. Duration is calculated as summation of present value multiplied by n over summation of the present value. 2923.32 divided by 1056.88.
2.77.
Yeah, 2.77. Duration. The duration of this bond, 2.77. But you are required to calculate modified duration. Modified duration is equal to duration divided by 1 plus the YTL. Duration is 2.77 over 1 plus YTL, 0.0863. Our final answer, 2.59%.
2.59.
That's your modified duration.
Wow.
Now, what is the interpretation of this? What is the interpretation of this? And what are the limitations? Your modified duration measures approximate change in the value of a bond where there's a change in interest rates. Our modified duration measures approximate change in the value of a bond where there's a small change in interest rates. For example, if interest rates changes by 1%, value of bond will change by 2.59%. What you have calculated, it means that if interest rates should change by say 1%, price of bond will change. Rates to change by 1%.
2.59%.
It's just 1 minute.
Duration.
And let's round up. What we have calculated, interpretation is that if our interest rates, if market interest rate is communicated by central bank, if market interest rate should change by 1%, price of this bond is expected to change by 5. If it is by 1%, value of interest rates increase by 1%. before by look at it here, please. Mode duration measures the change in value of a bond in response to a change in basis points, in response to a change in 1%, a change in 1% in interest rates. In this example, inflation approved. If the interest rate is by 1%, price of bond is approximately 2.5 or 30 in this case. To done interpretation. Please let's round up. It was a temporary glitch. We said modified duration measures the change in the value of a bond in response to a 1% change in interest rates. In the example above, if interest rates increases by 1%, the price of the bond is expected to fall by the price of the bond is expected to fall by 2.59%. Alternatively, if interest rates drop by 1%, the price of the bond is expected to rise by approximately 2.59. We have explained the interpretation. The modified duration is only a linear approximation of the full price change due to change in interest rates. It does not consider the convexity of a bond that is dependent on the particular futures of the specific bond in terms of expiring dates, amount of coupon, payment dates of the coupon, redemption price of the bond. Angela, please can you mute your speaker? In addition, the modified duration is a good approximation of bond price change. These are the limitations. if it is assumed that the yield curve is flat, modified duration can only accommodate a limited change, a small change in interest rates. All right, I think we are done. You can read the notes. You can go through the notes. Please, as much as possible. Particularly for online class, the energy you put online class, the energy the lecturer will put to it to push the class. For a virtual class, you can't see the students. Some are even log on and the person is sleeping.